Okay, our final method that we're going to look to solve quadratic equations is called the quadratic formula. Um, it's taking all of the coefficients in front of variables and putting it into the equation that you see here, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So what does that all mean? So here's our equation, 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. This is our a, our b, and our c. So negative b is negative 5, so negative 5 is 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times 3, all divided by 2 times 2. So let's simplify things a little bit. We're going to have 5 plus or minus the square root of 25. 4 times 2 times 3 is 24 minus 24 and divided by 4. 5 plus or minus and we end up with square root of 1 here. So plus or minus 1 divided by 4. So 5 plus 1 divided by 4. 5 minus 1 divided by 4. We get 6 over 4, which is 3 halves. And we get 4 over 4, which is 1. So x is equal to 3 halves, and x is equal to 1. So let's look at something else here. Some examples. I'm going to do 1 and 4. And if anybody wants to do 2 or 3 and then ask me what the solutions are, we could work that. So number 1, our b is negative 6 already, so it's going to be 6 plus or minus the square root. And I'm going to go ahead and square the 6 to 36 minus 4 times our a value is 1 and our c value is 5. So 4 times 1 times 5, and that's going to be over 2 times 1. So we have 6 equals 36 minus 20 divided by 2. 36 minus 20 is 16. So that's going to be 4. So we get 6 plus 4 divided by 2. And we get 6 minus 4 divided by 2. 10, 5, x equals 5, x equals 1. Alright, here's number 4, 4x squared minus 4x. I'm going to go ahead and bring the 1 over and make it equal 0. Our b is negative 4, so it's going to be 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 4 times 4 times 1. 4 plus or minus 16 minus 16 is the square root of 0 over, and I forgot to multiply that, 8. So we end up with one solution, and it's 1/2. So we get the square root of 0, which is 0. And that brings us to this point. We can use what's under the radical, the b squared minus 4ac, to determine how many solutions an equation has. So if I want to look at just this, b squared minus 4 times a times c, which is called the discriminant, and if the discriminant is a positive number, there will be two solutions. If the discriminant is 0, there will be one solution, and if the discriminant is negative, there will be no solutions. So let's look at this one. We have negative 8, or nope, I did the whole equation, I'm just doing the discriminant. So we've got 8 squared minus 4 times our a value is 1, our c value is negative 3. So 4 times 1 times negative 3, we have 64. 4 times 1 times 3 is negative 12, and we'll end up adding the 12 because we're subtracting a negative. So our discriminant is 76. There are two solutions. Let's do a little bit more practice with that, looking at the discriminant. So we have three equations here. We have 4 squared, which is 16, minus negative 1, oh, I forgot the first 4, times 4 times negative 4. Alright, negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, times negative 1 is 16. We end up with 16 minus 16, which is 0. There is one solution. Looking at the second one, I need to rewrite it real quick. 6x squared plus 2x plus 1. So we get 4, which is 2 squared, minus 4 times 6 times 1, which is 4 minus 24, negative 20. So there will be no real solutions. Later on, if you go up into higher math, you'll find out about imaginary numbers. Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? And finally, we have 1/2 x squared minus 7x plus 1. We're going to get 49 when we square the negative 7. And we're going to be minus 4 times 1/2 times 1. 4 times 1/2 is 2, so it'll be 49 minus 2, 47. There'll be two solutions. Okay, so here's the deal. We've learned a lot of different methods to solve these equations. In Chapter 7, we learned factoring. There's one method. We didn't look at graphing. However, you could use a graphing calculator, or if you use Desmos online, you could put the equations in and graph to find the solutions. The solutions would be where they cross the x-axis. We've learned to use square roots, we've learned to use completing the square, and we've learned the quadratic formula. So part of the deal is to be able to pick the best method. So just looking at this first one, I think I can do it probably easiest by completing the square. So I'm going to go ahead and put plus 25 here, and equals 1 plus 25. So I know I'm going to need my calculator here in just a minute. We're going to have x minus 5 squared equals 26. We're going to take the square root of 26, which is 5.1. So we're going to have x minus 5 equals 5.1, and x minus 5 equals negative 5.1. And we're going to get x equals 0.1 and x equals negative 10.1. The second equation, I think, is going to be easiest to do with the last method we learned using the quadratic formula. So I'm going to go 13, because that's my b and it was already negative, plus or minus the square root of 13 squared is 169, minus 4 times 2 times negative 24, and 4 times 2 is 6 times 24 is 144, and it's going to be added. 13 plus 144 and 169 plus 169 equals 313, square root of 313 over 2 times 2 over 4. Square root of 313 is 17.7. So we have 13 plus 17.7 divided by 4, and 13 minus 17.7 divided by 4. So 30.7 divided by 4 equals 7.675, and negative 4.7 divided by 4 equals negative 1.175. And those will be approximates, not going to be exactly equal, so you'd have the wavy equal sign in front of those because we actually did some rounding. This last one, I can see pretty easily that I should be able to do this. Two numbers that multiply to equal 12 that add up to equal 8 are 2 and 6. So we get x plus 2 and x plus 6. We go x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 6 equals 0, and we're going to get x equals negative 2, x equals negative 6. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here and solve these and come back and talk about it. Okay, as we finish this up, number 13, you can see that it was easy to factor. So we factored using the rules that we talked about earlier in chapter 7, and then set the factors equal to 0 to get the solutions. Number 14, I used just square roots. I just had the x squared term and have no x terms, so square roots will work the easiest on that. Number 15, I used the quadratic formula. It just felt pretty easy that way. And I could have tried completing the square on 16, but I saw that as I did the quadratic formula that the discriminant was negative, so there's no solution there.